Welcome, Gemini, to your February Astrodice reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. Welcome back, all subscribers, and anyone new to my channel. Welcome, welcome. If your friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, friends. For those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with tarot and make a small horoscope reading. Okay. See what is going on with you, my friends. Gemini. We have Pluto coming up as your planet with Aries and the 8th house. Nice. See that? Okay, going straight into what is it? It is Pluto. Plutarian energy coming up over here with your ability to transform, take a big leap forward and rebirth. It's the same as the Death card in its own way. I'm talking about those beautiful transformations. Also could be letting go of things as well for transformation reasons. And then you have it. How is it done? It is done with Aries energy over here. The energy around you is dynamic and spontaneous. Crusading, impulsive, and action is likely to happen. Taking a lot of action. And the 8th house. So the 8th house is talking about this transformational area of your life is about shared resources and intense emotion. So it could be talking about your marriage, controlled money, assets, taxes, inheritances, obligations. Could be obligations within a marriage. Take it how it resonates with you. We will get straight in here though and see what's going on. Going straight into the situation is taking place within the month, starting with the beginning of the month. Okay. Clarify on Gemini over here. Beginning of the month for Gemini, please. Month for Gemini. Oh, there we go. We have the 2 of Swords. Justice upside down, and the 7 of Pentacles. Talking about this Plutarian energy over here, it is talking about this ability to transform. Well, you're having all these opinions going on, and it looks like you're using a lot of intuition to what big leap forward are you going to take? Which road should I take? Because there's something very imbalanced going on. And when you have this is going to spark that impulsive action within you to make the decision. So you will make this decision, and you are patiently planning on which way to go to find this balance within yourself. And of course, the 7 of Pentacles could definitely be whichever resources you're likely thinking about. Okay, so definitely thinking about where I want to take this money, where this money should go, how am I going to do this? Let's see what's going on. It could even have something to do with, if you're in America, it could have something to do with North America, that is, United States. It could be where this stimulus check is going. Maybe you want to divide that stimulus check. Maybe you want to put some saved and then pay off some bills. Be a huge possibility, but whatever it is, it's bringing in this good fortune. Because you want to do you want to make sure that whatever you're doing, you want to transform this so that you can have better luck. You want the change in the way that things are going for you. So you are looking for the better change, right? With the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. It's not moving the way you want it to go. So it might not be as spontaneous as you want it to be. It might not be as dynamic as you wanted it to be, but that's okay because you've kind of given it a stop. So then that's just because of that impulsive action. And that could be, maybe you were thinking that if I spend it too fast or do this with it, it's not going to go where it's supposed to be. So it feels like there's a lot of thinking going on and making sure that things, yes, go exactly where they're supposed to be with the Ace of Cups. You want to make sure that this comes out as fortunate as possible and for the best of what you need when it comes to your 8th house. Going straight into mid-month over here. So it looks like you have a lot to think about over here, Gemini. Clinging on to the past of things that are going on. Wanting to let those go. Any past ideas that you had that were keeping you from transforming, you want to make sure that you're not clinging on to anything that holds you back from the transformation. So if you did have some kind of water sign that is holding on to this old way of thinking, why I was just thinking that you might have a water sign around you who is thinking old ways of thinking and thinking that this is going to bring you the satisfaction that you want, and they're making you go into a hermit mode because you know that you need to reflect on what they're doing. It just feels like there's another energy around you that is holding tight. If it's not another energy, then it's yourself, making sure that you're not clinging to old habits, because you want to transform the way that you're doing whatever it is you're doing, whatever the situation in the 8th house is. And watch the intense emotions. I have a lot of cups up here. Yes, bringing in renewal and new clarity and growth to the situation, because you are going through a transformation and wanting things to transform for the best. So you are trying to use your intuition and trying to see things clear. And you will have the clarity coming in within the mid-month to see the way it should be done, because you're going into hermit mode. Yeah, it's going to spark all these new ideas on how you can get to your opportunities and what needs to be done. So new choices and new decisions will be made how to do this, so you do not cling on to old habits. Yeah, definitely clinging again. So it definitely wants us to know that you do have this, it's an opposing factor, Gemini, that you do have this thing where you start to get ready to change, and then something happens to where you're doing the same thing again, kind of clinging on to this as habits. It's definitely a habit. And it's saying it right there too, to get to your satisfaction, you have to get rid of this habit. 3 of Wands. It's clinging to something that doesn't satisfy you, clinging on to an idea, a way of doing things. You will spark this new idea of doing this to get away from that. Just watch that. With the 10 of Pentacles upside down, something unsatisfactory with money will happen. And I'm telling you, if you continue to cling to those old habits, otherwise this new clarity is going to allow you to move to make things more satisfactory. It's almost like you're offering yourself the self-assurance that I'm not going back to old habits. I am transforming the way I want to transform. I am being impulsive in my action. I am doing things more spontaneous than I did before. And you're moving beautiful with the 6 of Swords. But I do see in this reading this idea of wanting to cling, and it does say to me that you were starting to do so right here. But it's almost like you had the clarity of realizing, wait a minute, that's the same thing I've done before. I need to not do that, because it's going to kind of hit you right here as well, that you did kind of do the old habit again. So just be careful of that. Yeah. It does look like a big turnaround with your prosperity though. So where it was not satisfying, it is doing a lot better. Your prosperity is coming up. It looks like whatever you're doing within the 8th house has helped you save money, hold tightly to your assets. With the Queen of Pentacles, she's very materialistic, holds on to a lot of assets. Yeah. There is hope and renewal here, and that's good. And it's a renewal of how you're doing things. So yes, and you're doing it very healthy. You have the Star coming out, which I love that, because that's showing how you are saving the money, how you are spending it wisely and doing the things you're supposed to be doing. Yeah. And more self-assured, because you did have this way, and I'm telling you, you see it. You're going to see it. You start holding on to the way you were doing something at one time, and then boom, you turned it around. You've seen that happening. So you're making sure that you're surrendering to the the new idea with the star over here, not getting yourself back into the Ten of Swords. Be careful of that. Could be overspending, not saving enough money. Maybe you're saving too much. For somebody, it's literally you're saving too much money and not paying enough on the debt, if that's what you're doing. Somebody is actually trying to get out of a credit card bill or something, but you're saving more money than paying the credit card, trying to hold tight to the money. And then you're gonna have this realization, I'm doing it wrong. I need to give more money to the credit card and save less money. And it seems like this is kind of where you were before. And it kind of looks like in the past with, yeah, the past, because you have the cups over here. You end up spending that money, that saved money before. It just didn't work. I don't know. It's almost like if something came up with the Seven of Cups and you end up spending the saved money and then you still have the credit card debt. Yeah, be sure that you're giving more to the credit card than you are saving the money. Yes, the saved money comes in very, very handy, but you'll get the credit card debt off faster than you would if you were going to hold the money, because when you hold the money ends up going away. Why? Because something else comes up. So if you're splitting money 3 ways, my pocket, my savings, you know, that's what I'm trying to say, you know, and then my debt, be sure to do it the other way around. It will make the credit card go off faster. Okay, so it's something like that. That's for somebody, that's not for everybody. Whatever it is in the 8th house that you're doing, it could even be an inheritance that you got from someone and you're trying to figure out how to split it. Maybe you're supposed to split it between you and your brother, the Virgo. I do see that as well, or the Libra. But however it is, if that's what it is, then you're trying to make sure that it's all getting split evenly. And for some reason you're feeling like you're going to get suckered out of this somehow or another. But then you're going to fix it. It's going to be fixed. And if they have to see a lawyer or something, you need to make sure that your brother or sister or whoever is getting this inheritance with you, that they're paying an equal share for this lawyer. Because it looks to me like right here, they are allowing themselves to not have to pay for this lawyer, and that's where you're getting suckered. So be careful of that. Okay. Because that's not fair. Okay, make sure that there's equal give and take. And that's what the injustice would be, right? Saying, wait a minute, how come I have to pay for all of the lawyer to get the inheritance? No, we're going to split this even. It's going to be 10. Okay, 5 for you and 5 for me. Okay. And that was it for you, my friends. And until next time, peace and love.